All right, all right, all right.
Good morning.
Happy Monday, y'all. How was your Monday going so far? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. My Monday has been eventful. It's 11 a.m., so that's a good start to the week.
You're right. It's. I was like, wait, it's not. It's not. I mean, technically it's morning, but it's actually
Yeah.
not morning.
Mid-morning.
Yeah, but guys, I hope anybody listening right now or watching has recharged your batteries. You're ready to crush this week. Happy Monday. Let's get it. There's no going back now. It's Monday. Okay.
Mhm.
Friday is in the distance.
It is.
But Monday is here, and this is what we got. So we're going to dive in here. I have to dive in on something that I'm completely and utterly blown away by. Like, completely and utterly blown away by. And it's Barstool. So Dave Portnoy has double jeopardy for business. And I don't know if you've ever heard of double jeopardy, but double jeopardy, at least in the law system, okay, is when essentially you okay, so if you went to jail,
Mhm.
okay, for killing somebody, okay, not that you would, but
This
if you
is
did,
taking a
yes,
dark turn.
so if you did, right,
Yeah.
and you served a full sentence, right, let's say you served 25 years to life,
Okay.
for let's just say killing your coffee mug, okay.
Oh.
If you came out and were released after 25 years,
Mhm.
and this coffee mug actually faked the death and wasn't really dead, and you served the sentence, right,
Yeah.
innocently,
Mhm.
right, that means that if you wanted to kill that person, you wouldn't go to jail because you already served the sentence.
Wait.
And if you're watching this, hold on real quick, if you're watching this, you're just tuning in now, Dave Portnoy, Barstool, just literally hit double jeopardy. He sold his company, completely 100% of the company, a mixture of 50, I think it was like 50% went to this other company, other went to Penn, and Disney, aka ESPN, wants to buy Barstool. And I'm sorry, not Barstool. Penn wanted to, Disney wanted to buy Penn, but they wouldn't buy if they had Barstool still. So essentially, Dave Portnoy gets Barstool back after Penn spent over $500 million to acquire it.
Oh my gosh.
They bought it back for $1.
$1.
$1.
That's like when you give a family member a vehicle and they buy it for $1 and it's just lucky. Could you imagine that?
$1
Plus
Barstool
the millions before.
Right. So Dave Portnoy, I think he said he made like 100 or 120 million after everything was paid out, taxes, this, that, whatever. And so he gets it back for $1. The one thing that I want us to remember here is one thing. Besides Rob just screwing it up again, is that Barstool does 100 to 150 million a year in business. So they gave him something back for $1. That is like not $1.
My question is, did they really see Barstool as that much of a liability that they didn't want to buy it back? I mean, and right now too, Barstool has so many good podcasts outside of just being sports related that appeals to so many different audiences. It seems silly to pass that up.
But Barstool is just so scrappy. I mean, Dave went on air the first day he bought it back for $1. Okay, got Barstool back for $1 because Disney, aka ESPN, did not want them. And he said that all of his employees are brain dead, complete idiots, like all this stuff. Because he went into the office the day he bought it back. He went into the office in New York, HQ, and nobody was there, and it was 10 a.m. And so he's like, everybody's brain dead, whatever. But the point though is like before, like Barstool will do and say things that's why everyone loves them.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so entertaining. That's why you want to just consume that content because he's always so controversial. So is Barstool. But that's why Disney didn't want them.
That's crazy. I mean, I could see why Disney wouldn't want anything to do with Barstool,
is a legacy company, right? Like Disney will be around way after we're gone. And will Barstool? I don't know. I don't think so. There's just a lot of controversy they always put out. And that's why maybe they will. So I don't know. I don't want to go on record saying they won't. Maybe they won't. Maybe they will. I have way more confidence that Disney will be around still. Mm-hmm. But my point, though, is at the end of the day, $1 buyback. Their only contingency was if they ever sell it, that they have to get money from it. But Dave already went on air saying, I'm never going to sell it. I won't sell it ever.
And who would they have to pay? They'd have to pay,
I guess, Penn or whoever. I don't know.
Whoever bought them initially.
Whoever. Yeah, I don't know the whole structure, but maybe even Disney. But I don't know. But the whole point, though, is at the end of the day, Dave Portnoy wins double jeopardy in business, meaning he got his cake and ate it too.
That's amazing.
Freaking bananas.
Good for him.
And honestly, good for him. Because,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, he was scrappy. They built the company to what it is. Everybody knows what Barstool is if you're in America for the most part. And, you know, don't live under a rock. But, wow, $1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just unbelievable. And
Lucky.
now, so anybody out there who's watching who likes Barstool, in most cases, you know, he said that they're going back to the old pirate ship because even though they were still super edgy, they're now going to a place where he said, we're going back to the pirate ship. We don't have to be all corporate and like, because now they're a private company again. While they were with Penn is a publicly traded company. So Barstool was technically had to follow all these different rules.
Oh.
Where that's why he went back in. Like he literally was on a podcast too, the day after he was like, that same day he was pissed off about employees. He's like, I want to literally call my one employee and be like, you fat fuck.
Oh my God.
Right? Like, again, and be like, why were you not in the office?
It's
like
wild.
All the business owners
to his team.
I know.
And everyone still loves him. Like
all the business owners watching Dave talk like that, like and say things like that, are sitting there from afar being like, damn.
You said that?
Yeah, like yo, you're not getting striked and all this other crap. But anyway, so if you're just tuning in, Dave Portnoy buys Barstool back for $1. And you know what's funny? I saw a commercial forever ago, like that was like, what can $1 buy you? You know, and the guy goes to get a spray tan. It's like his cheek gets sprayed. It's like, but he bought a $150 million company, annual company, back for $1.
Good for him.
Wow.
Good for him.
Business people out there, figure out how you can do that next. Okay, that's the next thing. How can you do that?
Seriously.
All right, what you got next, Megs?
All right, switching gears over to YouTube. YouTube is testing out a new feature on creator profiles where they're actually going to take a look at the content that you put on your channel and figure out which is the most engaging and create a For You section on your channel. So right now, this is in a beta, so creators can't opt out of it completely. But once it rolls out to everybody, you can opt out of it. And some reasons why you may want to consider is just take a look at what the YouTube algorithm thinks is your most engaging content. Is that the content that you want to show up the second somebody reaches your page, or are you looking to create a different kind of journey and experience? So if you haven't taken a look at your YouTube channel yet, you might want to just to see what videos are there, and keep an eye on how that changes as it rolls out.
100%. Meg, don't punch your mic.
I know, I'm sorry. That's the second time I did that today. I did it earlier with Rob too.
Oh my goodness. Always punching mics here.
Yeah.
All right, what we got next?
All right, next up we have the X, which is official on all apps.
Official. If it was a relationship, we would say it's Facebook Offish.
It's Facebook Offish.
But now it is X Offish. Elon and the guys over at X, not Twitter, have officially made the switch. And it's funny. I'm the worst when it comes to updating my apps on my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
So like I literally last time I was like, I have to do it. I don't have automatic updates, so I go in like probably once every maybe 2 months, maybe a month, and go in and do that
more frequently than I thought you were going to say.
So go in, I do it, and I saw the X pop up. I'm like, okay, it's game time. So X, it's official, guys. It's X. It's there.
On Elon's X profile, his little description is Blades of Glory, like for the X, because it's a Blades of Glory, which I think is hilarious. But you were also talking about how X is lowering the threshold for creators.
Yes, nice little segue.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're lowering the threshold right now. So if you know YouTube, TikTok, they pay and they split ad revenue with content creators who are just dominant, right? Like if you have millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views, you get a little bit of ad rev. So they give you some money. Before, you needed to have 15 million impressions to like make X amount of dollars. They lowered it down to, I believe, 10.
Oh, wow.
So they're lowering it, and they keep lowering it because they want people to feel like you can make money and make moves on Twitter. Like come to Twitter. Twitter's a spot where you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are a content creator, or if you're a future content creator, right? And it's where I'm gonna hit it. If you're watching this right now and you're a good baker, or you're like great at like designing, X, like interior design, or you're great at doing something cool, and you don't have your own YouTube channel or social channel where you're showing people what you can do, you're losing out. Not only can you just show the world what you're capable of, but you can also make some ad revenue through these social media channels like X or like, YouTube and TikTok. I'm surprised Instagram never did that.
But Instagram, they do. You can sign up,
but
for
you never
creator.
hear it though.
You don't hear it. And I was just thinking for Twitter, like that's such a different type of content.
Yeah.
To put out there, like you don't go. I wouldn't go to Twitter to look for video content. Would you?
Never.
I mean, maybe that's just a personal.
By the way, it's 11:11. Rob got to make a wish. He's like, try not to fuck something up. He's like, what can I not?
Being so still right now.
And if you guys can, if you're watching this right now, comment in. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna bring this back up next week. Comment in and let's see that who here actually uses Twitter, aka X. Do you actually utilize Twitter? And if you do, can you just put what you use it for? Is it just most people I know that use Twitter? They're stalkers. They're just looking at everybody like the celebs. They're looking at just like most of the people are team members in this company, especially that like I know that like are heavy Twitter users. They don't ever post.
No, you go on it for news and updates and
but what's
to see
the
what
fun
other people are saying.
Yeah,
but you don't. I wouldn't go on there to look for video content. I would go to YouTube.
I definitely wouldn't either. I definitely wouldn't. I would not. I would definitely go to YouTube as well. Chris surprised me when Chris was like, "Yeah, I go on TikTok to look for like what I used to go on for YouTube. Like if I want to know like how to build a built-in wall, whatever, he'll go on YouTube. I mean, TikTok,
right?
Because it gives you a quicker video. But I see, I've never done that yet. I got to test it, but I'm a YouTube guy. But I do get frustrated though because I'm sitting there. I don't want to hear the guy talk about the backstory. He's like, hey guys, this is John here from Plumbers R Us. How you doing? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't want to see this. I just want to get right to this leak. Get to the leaky pipe, dude. Get to the leaky pipe. But they never do. So I guess TikTok's might move that. But now maybe even Twitter though. So we'll see.
Because they have
X.
Yeah, Twitter.
This is what I thought about. Actually, it's funny what I think about when I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. Literally, last night I thought about it, right? The genius of Jack Dorsey calling it Twitter, and then it being a tweet, right? Because you're putting out a tweet, right? And what do you call an X now? Like, hey, I just tweeted this.
I X'd it.
You lost. That's the one thing I gotta tell Elon.
I X'd it.
I love Tesla.
It would just be a post, I guess. I posted.
How lame is it?
I posted on X, unless he comes up with something.
They got the marketing guys at X. You got to do something like that, right? Like, because even though I don't really utilize Twitter personally. I'm a user for business. It's like I love saying, "Oh, did you see that tweet?"
Yeah, and you know exactly what post you're talking about on what platform.
Exactly. I tweeted. It's not like, "Oh, did you see my post? Which platform?"
Right.
I guess maybe exit. I don't know. I don't like it though.
Yeah, I don't like exit either.
Not vibing.
All right. Well, we are moving over. Speaking of TikTok, actually, they have been testing full-length podcasts on the platform, which is really cool. And now even giving the ability for podcasters to hook up their RSS feed directly to TikTok. In competition with YouTube and Spotify for people who are watching podcasts on those platforms. So you'll have the ability to, and this is, of course, if you are recording your podcast for people to watch, that's where you're going to get the most engagement out of a platform like TikTok.
Right.
But it'll automatically be distributed there now, which is really interesting. And full length, that's a lot longer than some of the TikTok videos that we're currently seeing right
100%.
now. 100%.
So, I'm going to ask you guys in the comments too, who here uses TikTok? I'm just curious. Do you actually utilize TikTok other than just scrolling? If I'm on TikTok, I mindlessly scroll.
Me too.
I don't actually like I don't know. Instagram, I'm looking at my friends and family. I don't search anything. I literally just scroll. And I literally, no joke, I had to set a time limit because it's so mindless. I set a time limit now for 5 minutes, and I scroll for 5 minutes, and then out, right?
The timer is a good idea. I've been noticing that a lot lately too. Just being more mindful of how you get sucked in.
Get sucked into TikTok
so fast,
and it's crazy, stupid stuff too. Like some of the stuff I'm watching. I literally the other day, and this is where I think it was like 2 weeks ago. This is where I set myself the time limit on TikTok. If I'm on any, actually, I typically do it for any social platforms, but mainly TikTok because it's so mindless. But I was sitting there watching two homeless guys fight. And
that's when you had the realization.
And I sat I was scrolling through TikTok, and it was like these two homeless guys are yelling at each other, and literally start fighting. And I was like waiting for the outcome. Like, what's going to happen here, right?
And then you realized you were
and then I
spending your
sat there
time
like,
on that?
I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why am I watching this? Like, what the hell? So I had to start setting time limits on it, because like at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to consume that. And I think, you know what, like even though we're way past mental health awareness month, you know, it's like these are the things that we talk about, where what we consume and what like our perspective and like perception of the world is what we're constantly being fed in our brains. And that's why it's like those types of things. Like I have siblings and I have younger people I know and even older people I know that are nonstop just scrolling their asses away on all social channels. And it's like, what are you watching? Right? Like, what are you actually watching? And don't be wrong, obviously, like, you know, adapting social, hello, like, you know, but it's like at the end of the day, you have to focus on building yourself, not just sitting here watching other people's lives.
Yeah.
And so that's why I put the timer on the TikTok.
Well, that's good. There has to be a balance. I think it's one thing to consume content and be inspired by it and act on it, and then to consume content and get lost in the spiral of it, right?
Totally.
So that's smart. I'm going to set a timer on mine too.
I got to give my guy real quick in the middle of this a shout out. My guy at Chazmataz. I'm wearing my summer blazer. Like if I actually never wore it. I got this like a year ago, but Chazmataz, Tom's River, the best guy in the industry. Shout out to Steven from Chazmataz. They've been around for a very long time and have the dopest blazers.
That is a nice blazer
of
you have
all time. I got it like a year ago when I got invited by our attorneys to go to the racetrack.
Oh yeah.
And then I never want to wear it. I'm like, this is too bold. I can't do this.
Oh,
and it's funny because
like
when you go to Jersey, it's different. Like when you see people in like Saratoga, like go to like racetracks, like people are fancy, they're this or that. I wore a different blazer, and I wore the hat, like the straw hat thing to be cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing like t-shirts, they look like rock.
Oh
like I'm saying like a normal black t-shirt, and I'm like, dude, I'm the only guy dressed up here looking like a freaking chooch.
You could wear that in the fall though too.
Yeah, so I feel like it's summer. It's like summer Tony cheese balls. You know, it's like if I'm hitting Seaside, we're hitting cheese balls.
We haven't had that.
Yes,
in a long time.
We haven't had that in a long time.
I haven't this summer. I have not had a cheese.
Well, you only go when I take it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we all got to go. We got to film it too again. But anyway, shout out to Chazmataz. I love the blazer. If you're looking for blazers, that's the place you got to go.
Definitely.
All right, what else we got?
You were talking about YouTube adding extra links to channels.
So guys, a lot of times, you know, we have one link or you're only allowed a couple links and one clickable link on most of these social platforms. YouTube's adding more, right? So it's very beneficial for us as creators or business owners, because a lot of times if you want to do funnels or you want to put up other links, you know, to other places, you can't. Now YouTube opened up the doors like, all right, we're going to start testing this. We're going to let people do it. And that's awesome, right? I feel like you should have as many links as you want to have. Most platforms, they don't let you do that, right? Like you look at IG, you have to like you have to have all these other links, like, and these other softwares or apps to have like Linktree as an example,
right?
Because you're only allowed one link. So it's like, hopefully, again, like all these, it's so funny, man, because you're seeing all these social companies doing and testing different things, and we all know Zucks is going to copy them. No matter what they do, Zuckerberg. Listen, Zucks, I love you, man. Listen, you know, we have a business because of you, right? But it's like, dude, it's like Zucks is the king copier. But you have to remember, Picasso said it best: good artists will copy, great artists will steal, right? So Zucks is just a great artist. Like
He's
this guy
doing something right
and
so
he
far.
Doesn't care.
No.
From the inception of Facebook, he's been sued and this and that because like he stole the idea from somebody else. So why is he going to stop now?
He enhances the idea. He's inspired and then he enhances it. That's what
is Threads an enhancement?
No.
No. Like, you know what? Listen, in some breaths, Zucks, I get it. You know, he does. Does he enhance it? I don't know.
Maybe
he just does it well. I don't know.
I still think Threads is just a move for them to be able to fight. Like, I think he just wanted to fight for a long time and was like, how can I spark this?
Yeah.
Let me just duplicate.
Let's move on over to that topic then now. And it's the Zucks and Musk fight.
Yeah.
Guys, I need a comment. If you're watching this, I need a comment right now. Who do you got? Do you have Zucks? Do you have Musk? And why?
And do you think we should fly to Rome to vlog it?
I think we have to. I think we have to. But the question is would Rob forget the camera?
Yes.
Or all the mics?
He'd be so prepared. He'd be packed for like a month
Look at
ahead
Meg
of
trying to
time.
recover now. She felt bad. She hit you with a little zinger. And I
No,
said,
he
no,
would.
no.
He'd be so excited about that he'd be like, I'm packed. I'm
But-
ready to go.
But here's the deal. Okay, so Zucks recently, I think it was this weekend, put out like a post like saying like, Elon, stop gassing this up if you're not actually going to do it. And Elon put out on X, hey, I'll fight you right now. He's like, apparently he has like an octagon in his house or something, or wherever he trains, Zucks. And Elon goes, tell me when, and let's do it today. Let's do wherever. So, but apparently it's supposed to be scheduled in Rome, streaming from X platform, formerly Twitter, and on
Threads.
Meta, Threads, all the Zucks and all the Musk platforms.
And they're using Rome. Elon said something about everything. Oh my God, that's
third punch of the day. Megan does not like this mic today.
I'm just excited today, especially about this because he said that he wants it to be, he wants it to allude to Italian history, like old Roman history, which is
like
really
the gladiators. But he wants to give everything back to veterans. So all the money, apparently Dana White said that this would be the biggest grossing fight in history if these two fought. Which makes sense because, again, everybody, even if you don't, like, this is the thing. Like, most of the biggest grossing fights in history were, like, Floyd Mayweather or, like, Tyson or whatever. Mike Tyson. And the thing is that you would only watch or pay for the pay-per-view, if you knew boxing or if you like boxing. Like, you wouldn't do it.
No.
But you're going to watch this fight because
Absolutely.
you know who Zucks is and, and you obviously know who Elon Musk is. So everybody who's everybody, even if you don't like fighting, you're just going to watch, like, you want to see these guys bash their heads in and see who wins, right? Now, I'm going on the record saying, I know that Zucks is a fighter already. He's like already somebody who does MMA and does he fights currently. Like Elon doesn't. Elon was shown on a boat and looked fat, and looked pale white.
Isn't where they're fighting, like back
the
in the day?
They were trying to get the Coliseum, but I don't think they could do it though. But it's going to be in Rome though, for sure.
But in the Coliseum, like they fought until someone was dead, right?
Oh, right, correct.
So will one of the platforms disappear after the fight? I don't know.
That would be crazy. But they're doing it for charity right now. But that would be interesting. And it's like everybody, like certain creators have like a bigger presence on certain platforms. So imagine somebody who spent their whole life building up Twitter, their Twitter now X channel, and then Elon loses, and this guy just loses his shirt. Like, why?
Oh gosh.
But all right, y'all. That's what we got for today. I'm so grateful for anybody who took the time to watch this. Our goal here and our mission is to get this type of content out to businesses, brands, creators, and anybody just in this space that wants to know what's going on in this world. So if you know anybody that is relevant to, you love a business owner, a entrepreneur, or a solopreneur, or a salesperson, show them this. Give them a link to this. We do stream this live every week on Monday on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, all throughout Adapting Social's platforms. So again, go subscribe, so you can get the know what's going on here. And then we're gonna hit it with we gotta hit it with the Motivation Monday. And Megan is gonna take us off on it.
How did I know you were going to be
No,
with
I'm just
Megan?
kidding. I can't do it to her.
Here's the motivation for the day.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna knock this one out, and this one is powerful.
Yeah.
So as I say each week in my morning rituals that I do, right? I listen to different things, I read different books, I work out, whatever else. But one of the things that I heard was so profound, and it's not just business related; it's actually life related. It's life gratitude related, and it really changed my thinking. And motivation, it's wipes away, goes away. You got to keep doing it. But right now, this got me motivated on some other shit. Some shit. And what is that? And so I found myself recently looking up gratitude stuff for one reason. It was because, when you're busy with a lot of stuff going on, like sometimes you lose sight. And for me, I'm not a celebrator, right? Like even my wins, I just like, what do I got to do next? Like I'm just like I keep moving, right? And that's not a great thing, by the way. So that's definitely not a great trait. But so I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, and I start looking up some stuff, and I hear this quote, and I'm going to give it to Stephen Furtick, because Pastor Stephen Furtick was the one that said it. But he said, if you were to take away, so I'm going to put it in his frame of reference. So actually, I'm going to put it in my own to make it more understandable.
Okay.
So if Jacqueline and Johnny
Mm-hmm.
were taken away from me,
Oh gosh.
what would I do to get them back?
Anything. You'd go to
I
the
would,
end of the earth.
I would like, there would be next to nothing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I would murder anybody. I would do whatever I had to do. I'd have to run. I don't give a shit. If I had to do something, I would do anything, right? So because I have them, what does that mean that I have right now?
Everything.
Everything, right? And so in that framework, when you think about whatever you're going through in life, whatever you guys got going on, right? There is somebody or people in your life. It could be a pet, it could be your spouse, it could be your parents, it could be your in-laws, your best friends. I don't care, right? But at the end of the day, like if you were to lose the people that you have around you that mean the most to you, right? And you would give everything to get them back, start living your life understanding that you already have everything. And I think sometimes we all forget that. And I needed that. When I heard that, I was like, damn.
That is really
Because I wake
powerful.
up and I'm looking at all these things I had to do, all these problems, whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm like, damn, I already have it all right now. I have everything, right? So at the end of the day, I hope that that helps you the way that it helped me. Because this morning, that got me supercharged on some other shit today. So, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. We're so grateful. Happy Monday. And we'll see you next Monday.